Greetings, Inquisitor. I'm glad you found this holocron. This is the week 48 update for the Darth Loquitur account. For any who aren't familiar, I go over this account's progress every week, talk about what progress has been made, what I'm planning for the future, and in this edition we're going to talk a lot about the big next project that I'm working on, some thoughts that I'm starting to have that may change what my next big project will be. If you want to find out all about that, be sure to stick around and see what happens. With that, let's get into what happened to the account for this week. Unfortunately, there was a problem with the video that included the actual updates and upgrades for this week, so I'm just going to explain what happened. We did manage to get Sidious up to gear 12. The target is to get him to gear 13 by next week, week 49. We're on track for that. We got 3 of the pieces completed already. We do have an awful lot of pieces to farm yet, though, so next week is going to be a bit of a challenge to see if we get him done. Let's see if we can stay on track. We did also take Moff Gideon to gear 12. Now, he's not part of the Sith Eternal Emperor journey, but I've run into a problem with my relic materials. My plan for getting relic materials includes this Mark 12 cybernetic piece, and I do combine it with the purple part as well to make a completed piece to get a little better exchange value. And I don't currently have a character that needs that cybernetic piece. I can't complete it, so I can't turn it in. So Moff Gideon's going to be that character for me. I completed 5 of those pieces. They exchanged a completed piece for 13 Electrium conductors. So I turned 5 of them into 65 conductors. I have 99 total now. I need 140 in total to bring up the relic levels on all the characters that I've got parked at relic 0. So we still got a ways to go yet, but we're going to use Moff Gideon for that. And we don't mind bringing him up because we are going to relic 5 him for the Sea Pit as well. We got Krennic up to gear 10. We got some pieces that we need on him. We'll work on that over the next couple weeks. And then Royal Guard is the last piece of the puzzle. He's waiting on 2 stun guns. So we do have that to look forward to work on for him as well. But we'll keep grinding away at this gear, and we'll see how soon we can qualify for this event for the Sith Eternal. Now, my plan for this account has been to go directly for Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, and Malak after I complete Sith Eternal Emperor. But I started looking at this Jedi Master Kenobi journey, and if you go into the journey guide and you select and you say Begin Journey, then you can go into your character screen and you can look at the characters required for that journey, and you can see how far along you are on that journey, what that looks like. And here you see 5 of the characters I'm already building, and I already have them built up quite well. And these are all good characters. They're characters that I want in my account. So we've got Wat Tambor here. We've got General Kenobi. We're intending to relic him anyway for the capital ship as well as for the Padme team. Grandmaster Yoda, he has to go to relic 8 in this build, but we like Grandmaster Yoda. He's part of our Jedi team. We've already built him. Jango Fett's a good character. Clone Sergeant, not a great character, but he does have a ship, and we're using the Clone Sergeant's ship in our fleet. So there's a reason to build him. On the second row, you see Mace Windu. His capital ship isn't that great. If we have to build him, he's not that great of a character, so he's kind of mediocre. Bo-Katan can be a good character, but at 1.7 million galactic power, I really don't have much of a fit for her. But the Magna Guard and General Grievous, certainly I was planning to build Grievous anyway, build the Malevolence capital ship. And so that's already characters that I'm planning to build, and you can see that I have plenty of shards for the Magna Guard if I want to build him. I've also been acquiring Cody out of the fleet store as part of my clone purchasing, and you can see that we're close to having a completed shard set for Commander Cody. So when I look at this whole build, we're not doing too bad on it. Cad Bane, we could acquire him. He's got a good bounty hunter ship. He's decent in a bounty hunter team. He's not horrible, so we don't mind building him. Qui-Gon Jinn and Aayla Secura can both be okay in a Jedi team. So again, not great characters, but not horrible. Shakti is a character we're probably going to want to build anyway. So overall, when I'm looking at this, I've got 5 of the characters built. There's a couple other on this list that I intend to work on anyway. I've got the Negotiator. That's the last requirement on this list, but I've already got a 7-star Negotiator. So it doesn't seem like this Galactic Legend journey is that much of a stretch, even though my account doesn't have that much galactic power in it. I feel like I'm not too far off. The Relic 8 is an issue. I do have 2 Relic 8 characters. Right now I score in the bottom 10 in the Rancor guilds in my raids in my guild, so I only get 1 of the arrow magnifiers each time that we do Rancor. And I'd need a total of 40 of them to get those 2 characters to Relic 8. So that is a little bit of a challenge. I would have to potentially make some modifications to my plan in order to get better Rancor placement, get higher in the Sea Pit. And at the next rank up, I think you get 3 arrow magnifiers with each run. So that would be put me within the range of being able to do this Galactic Legend journey. So it's interesting, and I think we'll switch it back to the sea journey here, which is the one that I'm actually on, so that I can see my characters and such properly highlighted. But the Galactic Legend Kenobi journey is looking very tempting. We're pretty good on this journey. Like you've seen, we've only got 3 characters left to go. One of them is halfway to Relic, and we're getting close on the other 2. All right. So that's all the excitement for the account for this week. Let's get back and take a look at the stats. It's week 48. We've got 1.76 million galactic power. Actually, we only added about 0.05 galactic power this week. It really wasn't much, maybe 5,000 in total. In terms of relic, we still have 14 total relics. We have 23 Zetas, same as last week. Troopers get me top 100. The fleet arena, I'm still getting usually first place when I get to play. And the target is still to gear 13 that Sidious in week 49. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this plan because it's exactly the same thing as last week's update. There's really no changes at all. And I'm still going to be very conservative with my Cantina refreshes and continue to save crystals in anticipation of having to buy those cat shards on the next conquest. So do we do Galactic Legend Kenobi Next? Now, originally, I thought I would go straight for the Revans and Malaks after C, but with Kenobi, looking at that journey, it really doesn't seem like that much of a stretch. If I go for the Revans, I've worked on Bindo, so I'd have 9 characters that I need to build. But if I went for Mr. High Ground, I really only need to be 10 characters that I have to build. I already have shards for 3 of those, and I have 5 of them underway and already have the negotiator requirement fulfilled. So the journeys in terms of, obviously for the Revans, you don't have to relic the characters as a requirement to get the Revans. But if you want Malak, you have to bring them up close to gear 12, potentially put Zetas on them. So if I think of it that way, the real difference between the characters is just that gear 13 level and then having to put some relic levels on them, which I don't find to be that huge of a challenge in the game. So the question is, would I rather have 2 Revans and a Malak, or would I rather just go straight for another Galactic Legend? And I'm weighing it right now because there are definitely reasons for each side of it. The Revans are very good PvP characters. If I don't go crazy with those characters, I can keep them at low relics. I can manage my matchmaking in Grand Arena a lot better. I'll get better matchups. I'll have more winning matchups. But at the same time, if I went for the Galactic Legend Kenobi, I feel like I could position myself very well. Having 2 Galactic Legends, I'll have 2 premium fleets. I'll be in a position to go for a 3rd Galactic Legend, potentially the Executor fleet after that. So it is, it's tempting to just go straight for a 2nd Galactic Legend because as much as the Revans would help, they won't help as much as having a General Kenobi to put on defense every time and still have your C for offense. By the time I finish out the GL Kenobi journey on top of what I've already got, I should still be well under 3 million galactic power. And I don't think there's many people at 3 million galactic power that are going to be able to compete with 2 Galactic Legends. So talk about an advantage in Grand Arena. I think that would really give me a massive advantage in Grand Arena for quite a few divisions to come after that. So the question is, how badly do I need those Revans and the Malak? Do I just skip them all together and go for the GL Kenobi? If I do go for another Galactic Legend right away, the high ground route, I'm just calling it the high ground route, it would be very top heavy because I would have to build a Relic 5 Padme team or something like that so I could get better scoring in the C pit and get higher in the rankings to make sure that I get 3 of those arrow magnifiers. I'll have to Relic 5 Moff Gideon and potentially work on Dark Trooper or something like that so that I can get 2 really high scoring teams and get my arrow magnifiers in order to get my Relic 8s without spending money. So if I did the Revans, it would allow time for that to happen. But if I go straight for Kenobi, then I pretty much have to Relic that Padme team right away and start working on those arrow magnifiers and then work into the relics for the Kenobi build. I think there's some advantages both ways. My mind's not firmly made up yet, but for sure it does mean that if I'm considering this route, that Cat really has to be my first purchase out of Conquest. So I wanted to go for Maul. I thought that would fit better with the timing. But if we're thinking about this route at all, then Commander Ahsoka Tano makes a huge difference with Kenobi. It can be used with Padme teams and things like that in Grand Arena. So I think with that in mind, we really have to go back to trying to have Cat be the first character that we build out of Conquest. And I think it's going to take time. I think we'll have to buy almost 200 shards. And that's 40 purchases at 600 crystals each. We're looking at 24,000 crystals. But if you take that over the course of, let's say, 3 or 4 months, you can save up 8,000 crystals a month for purchases like this. If that's what you're dedicating it to, it's going to slow down your gearing on the other side. On the other hand, if you're not building Revans and you're not saving up Get One for Malak and things like that, I'll set my cap at 70,000 and try to make sure I maintain a bank of 70,000. But while I'm not getting those crystals to help with the refreshes and propel my gearing, I would get access to the Get One currency, which might provide close to the same effect with the acceleration that you could get out of there purchasing gear. Once you know that you have a Malak or a gas worth of currency in the bank for any time you did want to pursue that build, then there's no reason not to spend the currency that comes on top of it. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's definitely going to take some consideration. We're going to work on this Cat. We're going to see how that goes. And we're going to think about, we still have probably 6 to 8 weeks before we have Galactic Legend in the account for the Sith Eternal Emperor. So we've got time to decide what our next moves are going to be. But I'll be weighing this and thinking about it. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Here's Grandma Mod on the screen as a reminder to everyone, please farm your mods. It makes your account better. I know people hate working with mods, but you really got to do it. Good mods make your account, make your playing experience better. So please do that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Join us over on Discord. We've got a great Discord community, a lot of new players asking questions, and you can get your questions answered over there by experienced players that are hanging out and willing to help. You can also ask me questions. There's lots of things to do over there, and lots of resources. So come on over and join us. Remember to hit the like button on your way out if you didn't already. Use your like saber, slice it, dice it, get that like button out of here. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next holocron.